So this is the hardest part of the day. So it's finishing the morning coding session, which is already brutal because I obviously don't want to do it. Who wants to get up and think about math at 7:30 a.m.? Who wants to do that? So I meditated, and then just to get myself going, get all those negative thoughts out, started coding for I think 3 hours. 4? I don't even know. Finished. And then I think 3.5 hours. Finished my work, did all my planning for the week. This is the hardest part of the day. So that was easy. That's already hard for most people, but that was easier for what's to come. It's the second coding session of the day. And that I usually go jump in the ocean. I get a second coffee, do whatever I can just to keep going. Because it's literally, if you look at the theory of responsibility, so this is what gets really interesting, okay? There are many causes to every single outcome. There are many causes, right? But if you were to really look at it and assign essentially partial responsibility to each outcome, you would start to realize that you're actually the largest piece. And that's the piece that you can control. Every other piece, I can't really control. I can't control racism. Have people been racist? Yes. It's Sean, you look white. That's not the point. The point is that there is bias in all forms. Everybody's kind of there's a lot of different types of racism. There's sexism. There's all these different things. But if I was to go back into my life and assign probabilities, even competition, there's competition. But if I was to assign probabilities to my success and say which piece was me, which piece was the competition, which piece was external bias, which piece was things I cannot control. And actually, funny enough, the things that you can't control, sometimes they even out. So the person that hates you, there's a person who loves you. The person who's racist, there's a person who's biased for you. The person who doesn't want to work with you because let's say you're a man, there's going to be a person who wants to work with you because you're a man. So they kind of even out. What doesn't is you. You're that one piece, and it's the piece that I can control. So what do I need to do to get the most out of myself? And what that means is get up in the morning, same time. And yeah, there's going to be days I can't do it. I'm going to try my best. And then it's little hacks, right? So I take naps, afternoon coffee, try to chill, try not to think too much when you're between the job. And then, get yourself in order, write everything down so you don't forget anything, keep up with your customers, that type of stuff will do you well. Try to be as honest as you can because that's the stuff that's going to carry forward in the future. Try to make people happy. And that will make your life easier later. It's harder now, but it will make your life easier later. And that's what I'm trying to do. On top of that, there's a theory of responsibility that I've developed, which goes around ownership. So if you look at this car, I don't own this car. I rent cars. I've rented hundreds of cars. I probably spent, I don't even want to talk about it. I probably could have bought a very nice car, like a Porsche, if I added up all the cars that I've rented in my life. But then, I couldn't have driven around Hawaii. I couldn't have done everything. I've done a lot, so it's cool. I'm fine with it. But yeah, it is funny that I rent cars. However, in the time that this car is under my possession, I own it. People want ownership without responsibility of outcome. What that means is they want to own something and have control over something, ownership and control, power over it, right? So I have this car and I have power over it. I can drive it wherever I want. I'm free to do that. But I'm responsible for its outcomes. If I park it, for example, in a place and let's say I park it on someone's garage or something, I'm responsible for it getting towed. If I hit somebody with it, I'm responsible for that outcome. But then there's positive outcomes too. Like if I drive to Lynn Canyon and I meet some people and I swim in the beautiful water, that all is me, right? That comes back to me, the outcomes. People want ownership without responsibility of the outcome. Or they want ownership and only the positive upswing of the outcome, which is a lot of advice givers, and that gets me angry. Why? Because people will give advice, obviously because it's them, they think that it's going to go well. They want the positive outcome of the results. And if it happens, they take ownership. If it doesn't, and bad things happen, they'll say it wasn't me, right? So you can't give advice to people if you're not going to take responsibility over the outcome. People need to understand that something that works for you might not work for somebody else. And I get it. I do the same thing. And I am definitely biased for that. Like I told somebody the other day to drink E. coli water because I thought it was going to fix their gut. It works for me. I don't drink it, but I swim in E. coli water all the time and I'm super healthy. You might say, well, maybe that's why you're so crazy, but that's besides the point. I take ownership over everything and the responsibility of the outcome. But yes, so if you have a car, you need to understand, you don't just look at the car and say, wow, this is a great car. No, you have to say, I take ownership over the outcome, responsibility over the outcome. It comes back to me. So if I'm driving this car and it's a very powerful car, you know, it might not look it. It's a Bronco. It's a regular sports Bronco, but it can do some damage. And every time I get in this car, I take a breath and I say, I am responsible for the outcome today. This is a powerful car. I'm going to take responsibility over it and I'm going to drive safe. If I can't drive, I'm going to park and I'm going to step out. And this is how you got to live your life. You know, everything you got to take responsibility for. Your laptop, but usually in a positive way. Your body, right? You are owning your body. Don't let anybody else tell you what to consume, because at the end of the day, you're responsible for the outcome, right? If they're like, oh, eat this margarine, it's good for you. Well, okay, people have been eating butter for thousands of years, and now you want me to stop doing that. Are you going to take responsibility if I get cancer? Well, can I pass the cancer cells to you? I'd love to. If I get cancer from margarine, can I take it out and dump it into your liver? And you might say that is harsh. Living with cancer because of a biased opinion given from a woke liberal ideology is something that you should be mad about if it ends up killing you, right? And if you don't take their advice and then it could have been better for you and then you lost maybe that probability, or what do they call it? It's the, I forgot the words, I'm so tired. But it's essentially you know what I'm talking about. It's like the outcome that could have been, the positive outcome that could have been. Okay, well, so be it, right? You have to understand that you own your own life. You are responsible for the outcomes of your own life, and you own your own life. And you are the greatest piece of that puzzle of the outcomes that are happening in your life. It is you. If you really do the math, it's you. It's actually incredible. It might, because again, these swings happen both ways. So yeah, I think there was a lot to be learned today, and I'm excited. Let me know what you think. Oh yeah, also, I have to say this from now on. Please subscribe to the channel. You just click that subscribe button. It actually surprisingly is really helpful to YouTubers like me. I didn't know this, but it kind of, a lot of things go around that subscribe button. So if you can please subscribe, I'd really appreciate it. Thank you.